In today's video, we're going to be looking at how my YouTube channel did for the year of 2020. We're finally in 2021 and I want to show you guys so you know exactly what to look for in your own YouTube analytics to see how your YouTube channel did in 2020. So if you're curious about how my small channel has done in the year of 2020, keep on watching. Right guys, we're on my YouTube studio. I'm already on my 2020 for the whole year. So from January the 1st to December the 31st. And we're just gonna see how my channel has done for the year of 2020. It's gonna be very interesting to have a look at it overall, see how it's kind of gone throughout the year. Has it increased, has it decreased? And just to show you guys how my channel has progressed over the year of 2020 and what my 2021 goals are going to be. So first we can see here that for the year of 2020, this channel has received 957,560 views. So we've almost reached 1 million views, which has been a huge goal of mine. I can't wait until my channel has actually reached 1 million views on this channel. I don't think I've ever received 1 million views on a video before or on a channel at all. So it'd be a really cool milestone to reach 1 million views just in total. Probably doesn't sound that amazing, but it'd be very exciting to reach that. And we are almost there. Not too far to go now, about 54,000 views to go. So in terms of watch hours, we've had 58.8k of watch hours. In the year of 2020, we received 20,100 subscribers, and the estimated earnings for the year was $848.39. Now you're probably thinking, that's not very much. Like, I'd expect it to be a lot higher for the year. Now what you guys need to understand is I wasn't even monetized until about mid 2020. I believe I was monetized in about June, maybe earlier, but about mid of the year. That was where I started to change the way my channel was moving forward, and I really wanted to focus on creating videos that are going to help people and just make videos that I really enjoy making, something that I'm passionate about. And that was when my whole channel kind of shifted. So in a way, I feel like this channel really only began as of June 2020. So some of these views will be from then going forward, and then some of the views would have been from when I first started the channel, but on a completely different niche and topic. So that's something to take into consideration. But that's kind of a brief rundown of how this channel did overall. We had almost 1 million views, 58.8k thousands of watch time. We received 20,000 subscribers and made about $850. Look at the top videos for this. We're looking at the David Dobrik one, which we did quite well for the month of December. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and check it out. That received 71,554 views. We also had the Norris Nuts, which received 31,375. Charlie D'Amelio received 1,942. I don't actually know how accurate all of these are. I feel like they're not showing all of the views for some reason. So I wouldn't go 100% accurate of those, but I do know for a fact that those two are correct. Pretty sure this one's definitely got more views, and I'm pretty sure this one definitely has more views too. But, you know, it gives you an idea of how those videos have done for the month of 2020. We can actually have a look here to see you can really kind of see it started showing you as of October. It started giving you an idea of the videos that you were uploading per month. And we can really see back in January, I did have a huge spike of different videos that I was creating, which received 67,000 views just in one day. Then we can see here in about May, I really started kind of changing and creating new different types of videos. And we've had some pretty good views, 27,000 views in one day and things like that. We can see it was really slow sailing up until about May. Up until about July, we were pretty much receiving the same amount of views, and then this was when I really changed my kind of content, and we can really see the numbers started to drop until recently when I've started creating YouTube Short, and we're starting to pick back up again. We're getting more subscribers, and things are looking a lot better than they were in the past few months. This is the problem when you make changes, guys. You're going to lose a lot of subscribers, and that's just all part of YouTube. Make sure you're creating videos that not only your audience are going to enjoy, but make sure that you enjoy creating them too, because at the end of the day, if you want to be successful on YouTube, you got to enjoy what you do. And if you hate making those kind of videos, you're not likely to stick with it, and if you don't stick with it, you're not likely to be successful on YouTube. So overall, it's really cool to see how this channel has done. It's pretty amazing to look at the total views for 2020. I've never actually looked at this before, so it's quite cool to see how many views this channel has actually got. And it pretty much started, I started this originally back in December 2019, but I've only really taken it seriously technically all of 2020, but like I said, there were definitely, as you can see here, a few little slumps that happened, and things that I won't really go into too much, but gives you an idea of how this channel has done for the year of 2020. I feel like 2021, I can definitely really start to get in my groove. I've found my niche. We're starting to get YouTube Shorts working, so we're going to start bringing in more views, reaching a larger audience, and potentially getting more subscribers and reaching more people is the goal of 2021. So I'd like to see we'd reach hopefully another 1 million views in 2021. I think that's pretty realistic. We'll have to see how we go, but at this stage, going back on how December did last month, we got about 100,000 views for the month. So we can try and maintain around that. If I can get around about 100,000 views per month, we should be looking at about 1 million views for 2021. So that's something to really strive for. That is something I'm going to be aiming for. YouTube Shorts is definitely something that I've found I'm breaking through. I'm actually reaching the right audience, and it's definitely helping my channel to grow. So that's something I'm going to focus on. If you haven't tried YouTube Shorts for yourself, make sure that you do it too. Now let's jump over to reach here. Let's have a look at how this channel has been tracking. So overall, this channel has had 5.9 million impressions. That is a lot of impressions. From that, we've had a 5.7% click-through rate, which is actually pretty decent. And from those views, we've had 957,000 views, which we've already looked at. You can kind of go along here and you can see how these impressions have gone. We can see we had some very high impressions from YouTube search. YouTube search has probably been the biggest one for me. If we scroll over to traffic source types, I did dabble in a bit of YouTube advertising as well. So 39.3% was from YouTube advertising. The next biggest was from YouTube search, which is 14.7%, which is really awesome to see. But we can already see here, YouTube Shorts is already 12.1% of those 957,000 views. So you can see how just in a couple of months, YouTube Shorts is already a big chunk of that 1 million views, which is pretty crazy to see. If we jump over to the YouTube funnel here, we can see 5.9 million impressions, and 29.8% was from YouTube recommending your content. Not a huge amount, but you're never going to see a much bigger amount than 30 to 40% of YouTube recommending your videos. The reason why this is probably a little bit lower is because I have done other things through YouTube search and through YouTube advertising, so that's something to consider. 5.7% click-through rate overall I think is pretty good, considering that the amount of impressions. Definitely would want a higher click-through rate if my impressions were a lot lower. Like say if I only had 100,000 impressions, you'd like to think your click-through rate would be a lot higher than 5.7%, but you'll find when people who get in 1 million views a month and things like that, their click-through rate's actually going to be a lot lower. They might only be 3 to 4%. So really kind of take that with a grain of salt. It can vary depending on how many impressions you have. Views from impressions, we had 333,000. Average view duration was 2 minutes and 8 seconds, and watch time from impressions was 11.9 thousand hours. We jumped down to traffic source here. We got most of that came from Google search, Google, and from WhatsApp. Don't understand how people saw it on WhatsApp, but nevertheless. In terms of YouTube search, we can really see the biggest ones came from back when I was doing more videos about iPhones and giveaways and things like that. So that kind of sums up 2020, where there's a lot of those views came from in the first half of the month, and then I made that transition. In terms of suggested videos, we've got how to get paid brand deals. We got 0.9 from advice for new YouTubers, did quite well. How to start a YouTube channel, we received some views from giveaway, and how I outline my videos. So we're getting suggested from my own videos. I'd like to see it from other people's videos as well, but a large portion of that did come from my own videos, which is still good, because if people are watching one of your videos, you obviously want them to watch more of your videos. So that is still great to see. If we jump over to engagement here, we can see here that kind of shows us our watch time and the average view duration. So we had a 3 minutes and 40-second average view duration, which overall isn't too bad, because I've actually dropped the length of my videos quite a bit. So that's something to think about as well. There's the really cool feature about your audience retention, which you can go through, and I have done a video all about how this feature works. So make sure you check out that video if you haven't already. Top videos for watch time was how to start a YouTube channel in 2020. We received 2.9 thousand hours of watch time. How to get paid brand deals was 2.3. Now a lot of these are quite high, or because the fact that my videos were quite long, and also all of these videos I believe were from YouTube advertisements, so that's another reason as well. So we got really good watch time from those. In terms of end screens, we've got a few clicks here from a lot of those same videos. Does Teespring work has been performing really well for me. We can see we've gotten a few end screen clicks from that, so we're getting people watching that popular video and they're going ahead and watching my other videos. So that's really awesome to see. If we jump over to audience here, it's going to be probably pretty all over the place here, but it's really cool. You can start to see what other videos people are watching. A lot of those are from the TikToks and YouTube Shorts, so Not really too concerned about that. In terms of watch time from subscribers, not subscribed was 77.4%. So we're reaching a lot of people that haven't subscribed. We're getting subscribers from that. That's awesome. That's something I want to focus on in the future. Make sure that we're reaching more and more people so we can get more and more subscribers, reaching a larger audience. United States was 36.6%. Then we jumped down to India, Philippines, Indonesia, and the United Kingdom. This has changed a lot over the last 6 months. Age and gender, we're looking like we've got most of them in the 18 to 24 range. And we'll just jump quickly through to revenue here. Now this is going to change a lot because, like I said, I only started receiving it in about July onwards, and my videos have changed so much. So overall, my RPM and CPM is so much lower than it has been over the last few months. If you're not too sure what I mean by that, go and check out my December and November and even September video, and you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. But overall, for the month of 2020, the $848 that we made, RPM was $1.02, and the CPM was $5.46, which is really quite low. We're looking at probably only about $3 per 1,000 views. So that's interesting to see. Top end video was from Does Teespring Work at $66, $18 from How to Start a YouTube Channel, and $16 from Advice for Content Creators. Still really awesome to see, and we can really see how these earnings are tracking for the months in the future. Ad types mostly from skippable video ads, and we can see here the difference between the estimated ad revenue and the premium revenue from people who have the premium subscription. But guys, that is a sum up of my 2020 analytics, showing you guys how many views I received, what the watch time was for that, what my average view duration is like, what my click-through rate is like, and kind of showing you guys what my goals are for 2021.